Добрый вечер. Мы начинаем игру в Call of Cthulhu, которая вышла 30 октября. Пусть мне не будет страшно. Если что, у меня закрыт чат, я ничего не знаю, что происходит. Только игра. Поехали. Переключи. Enter Madness. Секунду. Я не могу переключить язык. Ладно. Люблю такие позитивные места. Господи, криповую музыку.
What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen. Behold.
Ой.
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Кажется, я только что надавила скип.
I hate whiskey.
Одну секунду.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I used to be an avid reader. I wonder why I still take these things. Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Доктор говорит, что нам больше нужны лекарства, чтобы избавиться от плохих воспоминаний. Но мы боимся их перестать принимать.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Так, personal information. Сила. Verbal violence. Внимание, поведение, оккультизм. Здесь есть 8 пунктов. Вот это. Оккультизм или психология? Влияние на видеокноситель. Психология.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Действительно, к черту работу.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Мы не пили, неправда. Ну что?
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Кажется, надо было оккультизм прокачать.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Самая радужная.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. and the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Можно было отказаться. Не играть. Какая оптимистичная зажигалка. Очень интересно. Sanity. Ну что ж, пойдем, поищем информацию.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then. All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
У нас ожидает прекрасное местечко. Интересно. Так. Какие вещи помогают повышать скилл?
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Что вот тут?
I used to be an avid reader.
Нет. Больше ничего нет.
almost there.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink of the stranded whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Прекрасное местечко. Кто захочет жить в таком месте? Как-то слишком много.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine. Hey, be careful.
Мы дружелюбные.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
I don't have time for all this bravado.
Don't be so high and mighty, sir. We don't like mainland snobs.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah? Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Интересно, что же еще она рисовала.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Мне интересно, почему во времена охоты прошли.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Светлые времена.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Конечно, надо место, где страшные скрипы, крики и так далее.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oops.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Ну вот.
That'll be all for now.
Ну, чё? Красавчик.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Мгм.
Right to treat us like this. And the doctor, what did he say? He laughed. My God.
Раскрутишь.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
Почему остановились?
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Поймали самым пошел, и он был последний.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
Огромный кит.
I bid you farewell,
Спас
Jim.
остров.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Не сказать, что это очень сильно помогло.
What you looking at, stranger?
Мгм.
I'm just passing by. Sorry.
Let me drink, stranger.
Или попроставать к ней еще.
I told you to beat it.
Уж не за... Это была моя ошибка. Ну ладно. Верпуны. Позитивное местечко. Сюда зайти нельзя. Очень интересная девочка тут сидит.
And the doctor. What did he say? He laughed. My God.
Не могу с ним поговорить. Так. Брэдли. Такой Брэдли. Нельзя поверить. Господи. Кто-то или что-то очень громко топает. Неуверенно.
We go where we want. Hey, you'll get us into trouble.
You're already in trouble.
There's nothing for you here either.
Can we sort
Beat
this
it.
out? You can see he's half drunk. There's nothing to sort
Как
out.
скажете.
Your chum.
Это еще проблема. Так, кто такой Брэдли? Кто такой Брэдли? Прекрасно. Не сказано, кто такой Брэдли. Так. Есть один поинт. Мгм.
Please move back. Let the police do their work.
Мгм.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster? The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36. Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Да, какой-то монстр.
It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put...
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not...
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in...
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. Oh yeah? It's a sign. There's something trouble.
Ничего не сказали. Прогнали. О, интересный фонарь. Почему он снова не светится? Мне кажется, неприлично приходить и шариться по сумкам.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Прекрасно.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Скрытая информация, все зачеркнуто. Никакого толку. Лицевая. Господи.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Странно. Я считаю, что это близнецы, а не Фитц.
What a macabre souvenir.
Потому что мужчины на фото нету. Чудесный дом.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Счетчик.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Самое ценное место. Зачем в туалет? Ладно.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Приятная женщина.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Можете рассказать вам что-нибудь интересное?
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha, indeed, you're right.
Какая прелесть. Мифические существа, которые способны убить касатку.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailors' return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I found a threatening letter signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder?
Так.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is? Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Can you tell me where the warehouse is again?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Understood. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Сейчас меня не пропустят. Скорее всего. Мне по центру тоже есть комнаты. Так. Четыре. Ну что? Эти милые ребята уходят.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her?
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Mission slot. Переберешь на правильно. Надо что-то прекратить. Я пугаюсь, собственно, это правильно.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A ratchet device. Exactly what I need. This handle will be perfect for the winch.
Что-то еще? Мигает на старое, или она мигает на новое?
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Ой! Не нашли все скрытые объекты. Сначала хочу поговорить с котом. Но чувствую, что он меня никуда не пустит.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Silas. Саймон. Кто все эти люди, которых они называют?
You again? I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Ну какой ты? Есть двери за тобой.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Saint Brendan?
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Прекрасные ребята. Или вот это игра? Чего? Я не пойду. Я с этими неприятностями. Другой раз. Если так будет много. Почему весь свет зеленый?
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle. Ugh.
Я сказать, что я хочу туда спускаться. Что делать? Какая прелесть. У нас проблемы, Хьюстон.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Поздняк. Что я подумаю об этом? Всю жизнь мечтала шариться по затопленной пещере. Ой-ой-ой, ой-ой-ой, нет, 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 нет. Меня поймали. А мне точно в ту сторону? Все равно их придется туда идти, да? Да, заступи. Зря вернулась назад. Еще раз. Нет. Мне как бы одного раза будет достаточно.
This is primitive.
Моряки, руки, свиной. Рыбка. Какая прелесть.
Oh, this place stinks.
Сколько у меня очков? 3.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Давайте спрыгнем. Construction. Что происходит?
What happened here? Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? Someone treasures this crumpled picture to the point of sleeping with it.
Интересный вариант осмотра.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Хорошее место для жизни. Я бы тоже сошла с ума.
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Ищите землю, да? Хорошо. Я знаю, что нужно такое прекрасное кладбище.
Poor kid.
Simon.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the...
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh.
Ей приносят цветы. Разрушено. Тут все равно было дерево. Не могу же это за 3 месяца ходить, совсем все развалилось.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa!
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them! Dump them into the ocean!
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Ну и где наш полицейский?
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
Все закрыто.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it. Vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Четыре. Отлично. Что за знак?
Pierce, shall we? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
И топор прихватить неплохо было бы. Так на всякий случай. Мало ли. как-то пока только угнетающе, серостью и грустью и кишками. Почему повсюду кишки? Они ж воняют.
Follow me. I know the place.
Кто свет зажег? Везде.
Who left this light on?
Хороший вопрос. Мне тоже интересно.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this?
Да, что-то они такое ели. Ну, самое лицеприятное, что это.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Уничтожили картину. Что-то не похоже сгоревшее. А, не в этой комнате. И все. Вот еще.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Так. Мама должна была быть тут.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Ни о чем не говорит вообще.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Жратву не убрали, мертвые крысы на столе. Очень хорошо сидят.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Ну да. Что у меня? Забаррикадировано.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did someone escape the fire? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
Прекрасную картину она держала у себя в комнате.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Хороший вопрос.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Кто наставил деревяшек здесь? И почему? Где логика? Где логика?
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
Тут как бы убрано, но не убрано. Накрыта мебель, но никто не убрал обед.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose?
Чувак очень хорошо следит за домом. Прям волшебник.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Неплохо. Что это было? Это должно было напугать? Не знаю.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Это абсолютно точно. Всё ни к черту.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Так, сюда находим книжки по медицине. %. могут прокачивать. Наверх.
Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
Что он нарисовал? Что это? Разрушающееся здание?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Ну, тут внизу все ходит. Ну ладно. Пойду в одиночку.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Не пугала клиента. Антон Ровард. Интересно. Неприятно.
Locked.
Это... Что это было? Ключик. Что?
What will her room reveal about her?
Чем темнее, тем страшнее.
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller. That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Не показалось? Не показалось. Какие прекрасные зарисовки. То есть, а до этого мы ждали
This padlock is too complicated for me.
ключа.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Я разумею, это точно шло. Нормально так.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? The door is blocked on the other side. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Yes.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
Перестали рисовать для выставок, начали рисовать для каких-то друзей и культа. Что тут происходило?
Bradley? Is that you?
О, черт. Черт.
Is anyone there?
Автопортрет. Все так непонятно, или это мы? Ау. Ну что ты украл?
You! Stop!
Он пробежал вниз.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Супер, бестолковый полицейский.
This door is blocked from the outside.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier. Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by... Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Побежал. Заблокировано. Мы были на улице.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Бежим тогда. Надо будет по кругу. Не могу понять. Она была не так. Что происходит?
The boys' room.
Это была другая комната. Кажется, я занималась не тем, не тогда.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Так, куда убежал вор? Я не понимаю. Пришел отсюда. Здесь ничего нет. Мы бежали за ним сюда. Спрыгнули. Я не могу спрыгнуть в этот раз. Бесполезно. Это звуки. Не могу себе жить. Что ж такое-то?
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
Куда он делся? Полицейский вышел с этой стороны. Закрыто.
This door is blocked from the outside.
Закрыто. Мне кажется, надо заканчивать. А была здесь? Да. Была вот здесь.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back. It looks like an old seaway map.
Антический океан. Ничего интересного.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. I'd be better off not touching them for the moment. As if the bookcase has been moved several times. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Мне нужно открыть инвентарь. Карта. Это. Вот. Да что ж такое? Она на столе лежит.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Так. Ну какую именно точку? Darkwater. Мне нужен он. Darkwater.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Очень хорошо понимаю. Darkwater тут.
Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link with the Seaway map. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Looks like it worked.
Место, где они поймали огромного кита.
Well done, Pierce.
То есть этот человек успел убежать от меня, открыть путь, закрыть путь, исчезал с этим незаметно. Как?
Secret passage under the manor, like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah, and he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him. 3 seats.
Какая прелесть.
Look, someone's been here recently.
A disfigured saint. What does it mean?
О, щупальца. Клонялись. Зачем?
Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others?
Люди без лиц.
What is this mask supposed to represent? Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house.
Что? Смотреть. Я не могу выйти из этого режима. Я должна найти что-то еще.
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Was Sarah Hawkins here?
Это слышала.
This symbol. What does it mean?
Никогда ничего собрать не стану. Нет. О, я могу прокачаться. Ага, сложно было. Investigating skills. Психология. Обожаю лестницу. прям фантастика. Ой, я знаю, что мне будет сегодня ночью сниться. Лестница без перил. И с пробелами. И со сломанными ступеньками. Ну, волшебно. Мне кажется, мы здесь начинаем.
Of course.
There's tunnels all over this island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as well start with that.
I ain't gonna squeeze in there. I'll find another way. If possible, I prefer not to ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
А можно не разделяться? Ну почему так всегда? Ну почему лестница такая кривая? На меня кто-нибудь выскочит? Вода, конечно. Не могу здесь пройти. Ага. Отлично.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust. These paintings must be several centuries old.
Этот остров очень странно выглядит, если это остров. Это похоже на ее картину. Очень милое существо.
This monstrous creature must be an allegory.
Или нет. Может быть, и не аллегория.
These people lying down. Are they dead? Are they asleep? These buildings seem to have come out of the water.
Пошли по кругу. Да, заканчивается.
Time has weakened these structures.
Интересно, если это все сгниет, оно обвалится? Может на месте провалиться вниз? Нет.
I don't have time to search them all.
Я вижу свет. Это наверное. Это что-то. Да.
What's going on here?
Piers!
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
Люди. Интересно, я могу тут умереть? Это портрет этого мужика. Какого черта?
A table for sacrifice?
Можно встать. Он похож на нас. Это маска. Ой-ой-ой.
I got it. I can't breathe. What's happening?
Бежать, 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 бежать.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
Назад? Куда назад? Оттуда. Я не очень понимаю, куда я иду. Ух. Кажется, у нас закончилась паническая атака.
Is it my turn?
Yes. It is time. You will soon be one of us. If your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream.
Господи. Мне тут не нравится. Не обязательно идти за культистами. Хотя, какой у меня есть выбор, конечно.
It seems to have been used recently. Probably some sort of ritual.
Похоже, это полная вещь.
Pre-classical Latin? Let's see what it says. What is this awakening they talk about? And this sacred flesh?
Они точно кита поймали в тот чудесный год, которого мы ели. И с ним мы прошли вот сюда. Кто-нибудь помнит, чем закончился сон? Я не помню. Мне не хочется проверять. Что за знаки? Что это? Не могу встать. Что за коробки? Брать. Сесть. Открыть. Они приносят жертву.
You who sleeps, accept this dreamer under your immortal wing.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha Fitag.
Grant him your flesh and
I feel him.
Shh. You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part of you. Bring me more sacred flesh. We pray for your return into the kingdom of the earth.
We are ready for the ceremony. What about your protege?
О, Господи.
His awakening is complete.
Нормально, что я
He will
вот так
join
вот
you
вышла
shortly.
на него. А вы пустите меня, пожалуйста, отсюда. Я не хочу ничего исследовать. Ух.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this?
An intruder!
Oh, shit!
Ого.
Don't move!
У него щупальца вместо руки.
Don't move!
Что это?
I won't hesitate.
Bradley, get back!
Shoot.
Get back!
You asked for it.
Это мужчина с портрета.
You shouldn't have seen this.
Чем он нас проткнул? Мамочки, я не хочу убегать. Нет, нет, куда? Фух.
They're caving in. I need to get out of here.
Light. At last.
Нас похоронили. Я не люблю, когда засыпают камнями и когда надо бегать. И когда надо статься. Я ничего не люблю. Кажется, я слегка двинулась. Доктор.
He's having a seizure.
He will survive. A strong subject.
There, he's opening his eyes.
You saved him, Fuller.
I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa! Go easy, my friend.
You were dead. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No!
Крики в больницах. Терпеть не могу.
What happened to me? Where am I?
Mr. Sanders, you have to come with us.
No, please. I can't leave here.
You got no choice, Sanders, and neither do we.
You don't understand. If I go out, he'll see me. No! No!
You're leaving this cell.
Please. I don't want him to find me.
Не представься, мне отца или нет.
This foul gas again.
Я больше в одиночной палате.
They tracked and hunted me, pursued me right into their dreams. They schooled all over their maps in the wake of my lonely wanderings.
Я сплю, да?
No sea is dark enough to hide the color of my blood. No last of them rises up, you will choose. I will not be here to bear witness to it, because you will have released me. But the earth will resound to your cries, or theirs. Awaken and free me.
You there. Wake up. Come on, stand up. We don't have much time.
Здравствуйте. Вы медсестра.
Can you stand up?
Who are you?
A friend of Ethan Bradley. It was he who told me that you had been interned here.
Wait. Bradley is really alive? I don't understand. You filled me so full of drugs I can't distinguish dream from reality.
Please believe that I have nothing to do with these disgraceful treatments. Look, I don't have time to explain everything. I'm not really supposed to be here. And the same goes for you, according to Ethan. You must leave as soon as possible, and as unobtrusively as possible. I've brought you your clothes. Let me go ahead. We'll meet upstairs.
Wait a minute. I saw the nurses at work on a patient. It wouldn't be good for me to get caught.
You must avoid them at all costs. If someone found out that I released you from your room, I'd never find work in a hospital again.
So nice of you to worry about me like that.
Do not be unpleasant, Mr. Pierce. We must not stay here. There are 2 men standing guard near the stairs. It's the only way to the floor above. I shall try to distract them, and get at least one to come with me. All you need to do is to follow me as soon as the way is free.
Understood.
Ничего не давится. Ничего нельзя сделать.
What does this mean?
Хороший вопрос.
Sarah. Am I in an asylum? This is no medicine. What did he write about the painting? In his eyes, this symbol must have some protective virtues.
Что-то еще. Здесь должно быть что-то еще. Oh.
Sarah Hawkins is on this list of authorized visitors.
Интересно. Ужасные звуки.
Dr. Corden, I would like to say that I'm surprised to see you, but we all know that your curiosity will be your ruin.
I don't understand. These people need care. You keep them in this terrible place as if...
Go back upstairs where your patients are waiting for you to treat them. As for you, gentlemen, do not disappoint me anymore. No one enters or leaves.
Yes, Doctor.
Damn it. I'll have to find a way of getting rid of those 2 myself.
I told you not to let her come down.
I know.
If you
do it again, I'll report you.
Ничего нет. Может, мне выпустить каких-нибудь психов? Закрыто.
Poor wretch.
О, Господи.
If I don't get out of here, I'll end up like him.
The machine is working again, but the control wheels haven't been put back on.
I was just going to the storage room. I can bring them to you.
No, Dr. Fuller doesn't want us touching the pressure valves.
As you want. I'm gonna see if there's sleeping pills left. They've run out again upstairs.
Put a few aside for me, will you? And above all, leave the wheels where they are.
You. Yeah, you there. Come here. I don't know what you're doing there, but you don't seem to be friends with the nurses. I can help you. Help me, and I'll owe you one.
What do you want?
Sleep. That's all.
Sleep? You don't want to leave?
No. Have you seen the storm that's brewing? I'm fine here. Except for one problem.
You want sleeping pills, right?
Yeah. And in exchange, I can make noise. Lots of noise.
You'll draw the guards to your cell to allow me to escape.
So, you in? Find something to make me sleep, and I'll take care of the guards for you.
Я ничего не могу надарить. Что происходит? Это баг. Пожалуйста. Я хочу заключить эту сделку с дьяволом. Нет. Я не хочу переживать эту больницу снова. Ну и судьба. Ничего не могу сделать. Ваш чекпоинт. Сколько времени? Что вообще происходит? 22:49. Мне кажется, пора завязывать. Воу-воу-воу. Люди даже это смотрели. Да будет свет. Ребята, мы заканчиваем это безумие. Все фигня, давай заново, пишет вечер. Я не знаю, сколько осталось до конца. Я не думаю, что игра длинная. Мы на главе 4, кажется. я не знаю, сколько там глав. Ой. Ого, она чат читает. Ну, в общем, игра зависла, и можно было бы, конечно, перезапустить с последнего чекпоинта. Я не вижу в этом смысла. В игре всего 5 глав. Нам осталось 2 главы. Она зачитала все 14 088 сообщений. Нет. О боже. Игра так себе. Да. Сейчас из темноты лицо Артема вылезет и скажет: не делай предзаказы. Хорошо бы сейчас игру добила, а завтра уже что-то повеселее. Я, если честно, даже добивать не хочу. Стрим идет уже 3 часа. И оно даже для меня не очень странно. Я говорю очень тихо, потому что у меня микрофон подвинут в сторону, потому что тут все не помещается. Это очень странно, потому что я очень пугливая, но даже для меня это такое... У меня самый страшный момент в игре был, когда у меня какая-то из свечей дернулась, и у меня стало темнее в комнате, это меня безумно напугало. Вот, и я шуганулась в сторону. Я не знаю, вы действительно хотите досмотреть вот это вот все? Было очень плохо слышно всю игру. Ну, это моя лажа. Нет, там как минимум 9 глав. И игра слишком громко. Блин, я делала ее тише. Ко мне заходил брат и говорил сделать ее потише. Максимально нудно. Согласна, я могу представить, что это было ужасно смотреть. Я прошу прощения. Опять мегаменов реквестит. Мэйси, хватит стебаться. В общем, я думаю, что если мы хотим хорроры, то надо искать что-то другое. Вот. Я не думала, что это будет квест такой... Ну, может, здесь стелсовые миссии посложнее, но когда мимо меня прошел культист в подземельях и не заметил меня, я просто была в шоке. Я думаю, нормально. Я-то думала, я сейчас сдохну. Мне в черное зеркало играть было страшнее, чем в это. Не, ну смотреть-то норма, играть... Алан Вейк. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. 2010 год. Она, кстати, по-моему, есть в пассе. Но я не уверена. А там страшно, да? Я буду шугаться. Или не буду. Поиграй в Destiny 2, если она еще раздается. А у меня есть Destiny 2. Ну, первоначальный вместе с Осирисом. Здесь сталось такое, что NPC не замечают в упор. Ну, вот реально как бы. Это тебе, не знаю, меня дико полили в Dishonored. Я очень хотела пройти игру по стелсу и не смогла. Меня полили везде, и я просто в итоге забила. Так я же думала, что это будет хоррор. Вот вечер пишет, в таком формате лучше хорроры стримить, а не детективные игры. Меня обманули. Жестко, беспощадно. Вот. Да, со звуком проблема, в общем-то, с микрофоном. Его надо ставить прям совсем близко ко мне, а у меня тут свечка стоит. Alan Wake не страшно, но там экшена больше. Alone in the Dark можно еще. Вот. Под вопросом Sinking City. Потому что, в отличие от Call of Cthulhu, в нем вроде бы даже шутер. Outlast 2. Нет, Outlast 2 я видела, я стримить его не буду. Простите. Too much для меня. Вот. Го завтра вечерком в коопе в Destiny. Не, ребят, я в Destiny уже не играю. Я давно забила, мне надоело. Я играла первые 3-4 месяца. То есть, когда вышел Осирис, мне уже даже не очень-то и хотелось туда возвращаться. Может, голосовалку в паблике запилить на выбор хоррора? Ну, можно попробовать. The Room 2 и 3 весьма криповые, хоть и головоломки, и проходятся за 3 часа каждый. The Room 3. The Room is on fire. А мне кажется, я играла в The Room в какой-то, начинала, по крайней мере, начинала. Это же квест с загадками. Нет? Мне кажется, да. Сому пройди или Пенумбру. Я хотела попробовать Сому. Хотела попробовать Сому на нестрашном режиме. Там, говорят, что-то добавили, где то ли монстров нет, то ли еще что-то. Там надо коробку-шкатулку открывать. Сома нудятина. Старый Ктулху неплох. Да, я знаю, что это, кстати, это не первая версия. Ктулху. В общем, я надеюсь, что вам было не очень грустно смотреть на это. Это была попытка. Мы попробовали. Сома не страшная, пишут ребята. Сома не страшная, потому что я слышала, Сома просто криповая в плане того, над чем ты думаешь. Старый Ктулху плох, но по другим причинам. Айда голосовалку в паблике, и я там лойсов на кослу накручу. А если голосовалка будет про хорроры, как ты кослу к хоррорам привяжешь? Я не буду стримить кослу. Даже если там будет тонна лайков, как бы хозяин-барин, ничего не будет делать. А по какому случаю ты такая нарядная, пишет мне Лин. Я тут атмосферу пыталась создать. Поэтому я нарядная. И со свечками. Сейчас сделаю так? Нет, не так. Я знаю. Косла же страшная. Косла же не страшная, а не знаю, что сказать. Смотрите еще, что мы сейчас сделаем. В общем, это дикая игра, которая зависла у меня на этом прекрасном моменте, которая не хочет мне. Я хочу договориться с чуваком. Ну, нет. Last checkpoint, yes. Мы на главе 5. Если их тут 9,
I'll have to find a way of getting rid of those two myself.
то это же заколебаться может. Мне интересно, если впритык к ним подойти.
Good God. What could this machine be used
Сейчас я еще и пошарюсь тут. Блин, встать надо, чтобы заглянуть в ящик. Не, ну нормально. Я встать не могу. Бессмысленно, он пустой. Огонь вообще. А этот? Опять встать. Отлично. Чей? Фрэнсис? Кто? Whatever. Пойдем как-нибудь. Next time. Пусто. Давайте похулиганим. Врубите рубильник.
Have I activated anything?
Труп. Ой-ой-ой.
The corpse is
Ой-ой-ой.
complete. Whose are these limbs? Is there a connection
Должна
between
быть
this corpse
черная
and the machine?
шуточка про нету ручек, нету ножек, но я ее не помню. Была такая прекрасная шутка. И я ее забыла. Очень грустно. Шкаф. Мне нравится, как он прячется в эти шкафы, в которых ты на самом деле его когда открываешь, там видно, что там внутри места нет, чтобы спрятаться. Окей. Я что-то активировала. Anyone? Нет никого. Мне нравится тут больница. Здесь нигде никого нет. Пойдем пошаримся. Пусто.
Sarah Hawkins.
Сара
She was
Хокинс.
a patient here.
Окей. Whatever.
Zoology, esotericism, mineralogy, and a full shelf on cephalopods.
Зачем делать возможность открыть эти ящики, если внутри них ничего нет?
Dementia, self-inflicted wounds.
Эдвард Пирс. Деменция. Отлично. Прекрасно. У меня деменция. Ребят, у меня деменция.
Anatomy, anthropology, nothing surprising.
Давайте присядем, что ли. Типа, чтобы нас не было заметно. Так вот. Это терапия электрошоком. Я считаю, надо зайти. Ну, перед окончанием игры. Немножко полечиться. Так, дратути.
Worse and worse.
Хуже и хуже. Что хуже и хуже? Что это
What's the
такое?
connection between
Ой,
this
это вот
meat
та вот
and the
хрень, которая
electrical
была на глазу.
installation?
Так вот, присесть можно?
Vats of rotten flesh?
Присесть
An
нельзя.
elaborate electrical
Я все
system?
включила, но
Like a
сделать это
dumb
ничего
pulp
нельзя.
novel.
Печалька. Где что спрятано? Где? Где? Бинты.
Do the cops know what's going on?
Здесь пытали нашего дружбана. Ок. Так. Попытка номер 2. А, подождите, я же не включила тут.
This machine seems to consume a great deal of electricity. I can still increase the load.
Нет, это ничего не
What will
сделала.
happen if I increase the current to the limit?
Useless. Дети, чуваки. Куда я в прошлый раз шла? Не сюда. И куда мне надо сбежать-то? А, я наушники, главное, выткнула. Я не слышу, они там где-нибудь разговаривают, нет? Их тут нету. Ну куда-то уперлись.
You. Yeah, you there. Come here. I
Ну
don't know
давай,
what you're
чувак.
doing there, but
What do you want?
sleep. That's all.
Sleep?
No.
You want sleep?
Yeah.
You'll draw.
So,
I'll find you some pills.
Oh.
go look in the storage room. There must be sleeping pills there.
Окей. А тот факт, что у меня должны быть sleeping pills с собой, нет? Нет, все отобрали. Все отобрали. Но у меня почему-то есть фонарь. As usual. Ему совсем плохо. Блин. Дизайнер бы такого не пропустил. Вышла из угла, он там стоит. Нормально, еще поболтал тут. Так вот. Значит. Все это фигня. Аня первая начала про без ножек, без ручек. Опять анекдот от Мессива. Нет, это не та шутка. Тематика не Анина. Это вы про Dead Space, да? В первых кослах графон и правда страшный. Отлично. У тебя ничего нет. Все отобрали, в этом прикол. Но они оставили мне зажигалку и фонарь. Это круто. Зачем тебе хорроры? Пройди Сибирию или Longest Journey? Кстати, в Longest Journey, мне кажется, местами криповее, чем тут. Особенно во второй части, которая Dreamfall. Там вот это вот начало с девочкой, как в японских хоррорах, меня вообще закриповало. Как тебе местный сюжет? То я продолбался его полностью. Сюжет ни о чем. Ну, серьезно. То есть... женщина погибла в пожаре. Мы приехали ее искать. И нашли культ под ее домом. Ну, он настолько стандартный, что, не знаю, ну, как бы здесь ничего такого. Святослав пишет, я бы Сибирь посмотрел, особенно третью. Серьезно, третью? Но я еще не играла, но говорят же, что совсем все плохо. Вот в Алане Вейке сюжет. Ну, значит, надо проходить Алана Вейка, а нет, фигня. Вот. Так вот, что я хотела сделать. Я думаю, что мы попрощаемся на сегодня. И Will Within нет, не буду проходить Will Within. Мне проще как бы включать хорроры, когда я не знаю, что в них будет. А те хорроры, которые я уже смотрела, я не хочу их включать. Вот. Я сделала это слишком рано. Стоять. Вернись на место, вернись. Но стоит признать, что Лавкрафта и в рассказах сюжет не очень, там атмосфера классная. Я не смогла дочитать Лавкрафта, я слишком испугалась. Каких-то я читала какой-то рассказ про демонов, там какой-то одинокий дом, там кого-то вызывали, и что-то я перестаралась. А вернуть игру нельзя. А я, кстати, не знаю, может и можно. Вот. Но может я ее и пройду до конца, вне стрима. Ладно уж, не так уж и жалко. Ктулху тут нет, как я понял. Более расходимся. Я так понимаю, что Ктулху-то тут вот то морское чудовище, которое на стенах древними людьми нарисовано. Я умею в крафт любви, пишет Месси. Ну, кто-нибудь забаньте уже Месси. Лин, пока-пока. Я думаю, что, правда, надо расходиться. Я тогда действительно, наверное, запущу голосовалку. Я еще поговорю с братом. Запущу голосовалку в паблике. И мы что-нибудь придумаем, что-нибудь поудачнее. И со звуком разберемся. До свидания, Мэйсев. Спасибо, Настя. Бладборна не будет. Бладборна не будет. Не ждите Бладборна. Вот. Ну так вот, значит. Надо сделать так. До свидания.